What's going on, guys? Hit Squad here again, back at it with another video. Now, before I get started on this video, I do want to encourage everybody to like, comment, share, and subscribe. It really does help out the channel. If you're new to the channel, I talk all things Giants. I try to provide an unbiased opinion on the New York Giants. I've played the sport. I also analyze the sport. However, I never try to come off as an expert. Again, I just try to provide my unbiased opinion on the New York Giants. I try to take my fan hat off. Sometimes it stays on. But, I try to take that off and just try to look at the team for how the team is, look at the players that we bring in for how they are, and, just try to provide that content to you guys. So if you are new, don't be afraid to subscribe. I got some more videos coming along that, I think you guys are really going to like. Now, let's get into the topic of this video. Now, let's start off with, before we get into the preview for the Rams, the New York Giants elevated practice squad player, Austin Mack. Now, coming into the season, I was actually excited for the Austin Mack signing. He is an undrafted free agent. I wasn't too sold on Benjamin Victor. I like the speed. I like the size. However, he just can't put on the weight. He's a tall receiver. Would probably be our tallest receiver if he was on the active roster. But he just looks really, really skinny. And, we need him to put on more weight. Austin Mack has better hands, a little bit beefier, 6'2", so he's definitely going to be a good player in the red zone. He's not the fastest receiver, clocking in at 4'6", but I think that it could at least help Danny Dimes out on the field because none of our receivers are creating separation. I'm not expecting Austin Mack to come out and have a breakout game. Not at all. I'm not even expecting the Giants to win this game. But I do think that this will help Daniel Jones for now. Now, going into the preview for the game tomorrow, we play the Los Angeles Rams. This is going to be a mismatch nightmare across the board, offensively and defensively. Offensively, they rely heavy on perfect timing. They rely heavy on RPOs. Even with them losing Todd Gurley to the Atlanta Falcons, they still have a solid running game. Jared Goff is looking like he's having a solid season. I have to give respect to where respect is due. When Jared Goff was playing under Jeff Fisher, you guys remember how he played. Now, Jeff Fisher was a horrible head coach, let's be honest. But the improvement that Jared Goff has had from Jeff Fisher to Sean McVay is drastic, very drastic. I think that he's an above average quarterback. However, he's playing really well so far this season. Now, looking at the receivers, obviously the two most notable, you're looking at Cooper Kupp, you're looking at Robert Woods, speedy receivers, both in their own class of, solid number two, number one receivers. Cooper Kupp is definitely Jared Goff's security blanket. We're not even talking about Tyler Higbee, who, I think that would be a very good matchup for Lorenzo Carter, considering that Lorenzo Carter would probably be our most athletic linebacker that could cover a player like Tyler Higbee. Now, looking at the defensive side, obviously the most notable player on that is Aaron Donald. But another player that Giants fans not necessarily forget, but don't put the same amount of notice on is Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey is a top 1B corner. You can make that argument. Some would say he's the best. Some would say he's 2 or 1B. I have him as a 1B because I think him and Stephon Gilmore are really neck to neck in the league. That's just my honest opinion. Jalen Ramsey, if he is covering Darius Slayton, I'm not expecting Darius Slayton to do much this whole game. I'm just being very honest with you. But I think that does present the opportunities for Golden Tate, Evan Ingram, and who knows, maybe even Austin Mack. But it really comes down to Aaron Donald. You're going to have to stop Aaron Donald, whether that's going to be Nick Gates, whether that's Will Hernandez, Kevin Zeitler. This offensive line has a problem they got to deal with because Aaron Donald, two-time MVP, defensive player MVP, he's a monster. He's a future Hall of Famer. I want no problems with Aaron Donald, guys. But unfortunately, we got to go against him. And if we're going to run the ball, I would prefer the Giants to run the ball on the left side. When you look at it, the Giants have run the least to the left, more to the right. But when they've run to the left, they've had more success. Now, I credit that to Andrew Thomas. I think that when we drafted him, that was why we drafted him, because he's a solid run defender. I really do think that. When you look at him back in his college days, solid run defender. Yeah, he's a solid pass defender, but he's a solid run defender. I think, obviously we brought him in to help out our offensive line. He's looking like the only bright spot on the offensive line. But when you look across the board of what the Rams have, it's a mismatch. This defense is, Aaron Donald himself has 3 sacks, but this defense can get to the quarterback. They can cover the receivers, um, and when you really look at it, the Giants are underdogs in this game. Let's be real. Let's no filter. Let's be real. The Giants are underdogs in this game, and I don't expect them to win. I really don't. They should have beaten the San Francisco 49ers last week, and they lost to second stringers and third stringers and some starters. Yeah, so I'm not expecting them to play worse. I'm expecting them to play a little bit better than what they did last week, but I'm not expecting them to win this game. Um, I need to see this team play better. I need to see Daniel Jones really command this team. I need him to be better in the pocket. I need him to be better at checking the defense. That's going to take time. I know that, but I need Daniel Jones to be better with that. This offensive line has to take a step forward to provide holes for Devontae Freeman and Dion Lewis. Evan Ingram needs to stand out as well. Evan Ingram has been non-existent this whole season so far. And, historically speaking, in the Jason Garrett scheme, tight ends do really well, and he's been playing pretty bad. That fumble last week in San Francisco was extremely costly. I don't put that on Daniel Jones at all. Darius Slayton needs to play better if he wants to remain a New York Giant. Now, on the defensive side, considering that the Rams rely heavy on perfect timing and RPO, if we could throw them off balance and not fall into the candy eye plays, I think that we may have a chance. Now, third down wise, this team isn't too good. The New York Giants defensively, they're not good on third down. First and second down, they're not too bad when you really look at the numbers. But again, this is a more disciplined team that the New York Giants are going against. Sean McVay, Super Bowl coach. He's been to the Super Bowl, excuse me. So is Jared Goff. So is Aaron Donald. Um, these are very good players, very good coaches. The New York Giants are still a very young team. They're disciplined, but they're still learning and growing. Remember, guys, we have the second youngest roster in the NFL. But really, all I just want to see is effort from this team. I want to see this team actually look like they're an NFL team because they haven't since that Pittsburgh Steelers game. They really haven't looked like an NFL team, and I need them to look like an NFL team. I need Daniel Jones to be a better quarterback. I need this offensive line to be better. I need Jason Garrett to call better plays. When you look at the plays that Jason Garrett's been calling, they've been horrible. I had high expectations for Jason Garrett. I understood that coming into this season, he hadn't called plays in years in Dallas, but he has a good system. So I'm expecting Jason Garrett to call the plays a little bit better. If not, he's not going to really last with the New York Giants. And yeah, that's really it, guys. Let me know what you guys think below. Again, I'm not expecting the New York Giants to win this game at all. I can't even give you a a final score. Screw it. If I could, I'm going to say 38-14. Giants lose this game. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I just want to see effort from this team. I want to see Daniel Jones and this offense be a lot better than it has been. And let's just not fall for the eye candy plays. Let's try to throw the Rams off balance, and maybe we could survive this game. But I'm not expecting us to win this game. Subscribe, share if you haven't already. Let me know your thoughts below. This is Hit Squad. I'll see you guys in the next video.